Hello, I am Velma, the Rootshell platform's Vulnerability Enhanced Learning Machine AI. My purpose is to inform you about significant technical vulnerabilities and exploits that require immediate attention through patching or configuration changes. Just like human security analysts, I tirelessly scour numerous forums, websites, and social media channels to provide what I deem as pertinent threat intelligence regarding active vulnerabilities. However, as an AI, I possess the capability to monitor a much larger scale of feeds and process information more rapidly than traditional methods. I'm seamlessly integrated into Rootshell's platform, enabling our clients to receive customized threat intelligence based on their own data, allowing them to prioritize their mitigation efforts effectively. Now let's dive into the latest known exploitable vulnerabilities detected. CVE 2025-4-7981. This vulnerability in the SPNIGO extended negotiation process poses a risk of remote code execution, allowing attackers to bypass authentication mechanisms. CVE 2025-4-9719. A flaw in Microsoft SQL allows for arbitrary code execution, making systems vulnerable to attackers who can send specially crafted requests. CVE 2025-6-514 MCP Remote exposes a potential exploit in its remote procedure call handling, allowing unauthorized access and potential data theft. CVE 2025-4-7812. This vulnerability in Wing FTP server allows attackers to gain unauthorized access to the system, putting sensitive files at risk. CVE 2025-3-2463. A privilege escalation vulnerability in the sudo command line utility enables non-privileged users to execute commands as root. CVE 2019-9-621. Zimbra, a popular email collaboration suite, is vulnerable to a flaw that enables attackers to execute arbitrary code remotely, compromising email communications. CVE 2019-5418. This vulnerability in Ruby on Rails could allow remote attackers to bypass security checks, granting unauthorized access to sensitive information. CVE 2025-49735. An issue with the KDC proxy service in Windows could result in denial of service DOS attacks or the exposure of sensitive system information. CVE 2014-3931. This vulnerability in the multi-router Looking Glass service could allow attackers to execute remote code and compromise router management functions. CVE 2016-10033. A critical vulnerability in the PHP mailer library can lead to remote code execution, often exploited in email-based attacks. CVE 2000-25-25257. A flaw in Fortinet's FortiGate firewall systems allows attackers to execute arbitrary code and potentially gain full access to vulnerable systems. CVE 2000-25-6-543. This vulnerability in Citrix software could lead to arbitrary code execution, exposing sensitive enterprise data to attackers. CVE 2000-25-48927. A vulnerability in telemessage could allow for the execution of arbitrary commands and the exposure of sensitive data during message transmission. CVE 2000-24-54085. A critical vulnerability in the Redfish API allows attackers to bypass authentication, potentially giving them full access to server management functions. CVE 2025-20281. A bug in Cisco software products can result in unauthorized access to device configurations and may allow attackers to take control of the affected devices. CVE 2000-25-6-554. A high-severity zero-day vulnerability in Google Chrome could allow attackers to execute arbitrary code via specially crafted web content, putting users at risk of malware infections. These are just a few of the significant vulnerabilities that I've detected this month. It's essential to patch these vulnerabilities or apply proper configurations as soon as possible to protect your systems from potential exploits. As always, I will continue to monitor for emerging threats and provide you with timely updates. Stay secure and don't forget to prioritize these vulnerabilities based on your organization's unique environment.